If you are looking into buying cheap and safe FIFA coins, look no further than footcoinshop.net. They have the fastest service, an incredible loyalty reward system, and the best prices around. Use my creator code Inception when you sign up for your account and get a 5% discount with your order. You guys probably think at this point, like, oh, all Inception does is rant. Guys, to be fair, I actually do a lot of content that is just like FIFA based, like SBCs, formations, all this kind of stuff. A lot of the people that usually say this type of stuff are people that just stop by for the rant and they're just like, this is the only type of content that he makes. Okay, guys, I make this type of content because I can't hold myself, you know what I'm saying? Like I just can't. I have to tell you guys how I feel, because most of the things that I see is complete trash, to be honest with you, with this game. And it's a shame, because I wish it was better, but it just isn't. Okay, guys, we're gonna be talking about the content that EA have done so far this year. Maybe what I can do here is I can pull up the YouTube channel as well and basically go from there, because there's something that I do need to mention that's very important to say. Okay, and it is that EA have a very large majority of you guys completely brainwashed when you play this game. Okay, 100% you have been brainwashed. People wonder how brainwashing was done back in the day for certain things when they themselves are completely brainwashed when they play this game. Okay, so many things in this game that people deem as acceptable genuinely just isn't. Like and it's funny because we get it on the daily, right? If people got this type of stuff literally playing any other video game, they'd be like, what is going on, right? But in our community, like I said in many rant videos, we're not like the Battlefront guys, we're not like the real gamer guys. Okay, because the stuff that I'm seeing, people are addicted to collecting cards, getting the rewards, all that kind of stuff when it comes down to playing this game. So this is the regular account. You guys can see here, got to the Elite Division, haven't played a game since. Okay, because again, you guys know how I feel about these game modes. These game modes are absolutely atrocious for the video game concept. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is the promos, the teams that EA has been releasing. Can I ask you guys a question, like just from like the pack openings and all that kind of stuff? Because I do have an SBC account where I do a lot of upgrades. I do a lot of pack openings from the SBC stuff that I unlock and all that kind of stuff to do more SBCs, because that's what I have to do on the SBC account, right? Can I ask you guys a question? Do you guys pack Trailblazer cards? I'm being dead serious. Do you guys pack these cards? Do you guys pack any of the promo cards for that matter? Did you pack any RTTK cards? And if you did, it's probably going to be like one of the lower ones, to be fair, because that's usually how that kind of goes down, right? But these promos, man, and it's, you know, it's been like this for a while, but I think it's worse this year. I say that I think it's worse. No, it is worse. And what EA does with their game year after year is that they make things slowly worse and worse, because they know that as time goes on, people get more and more addicted, especially with the way they format their game modes and stuff, right? But yeah, I'm sorry guys, but the pack opening stuff, man, the pack weight is absurd. It is absolutely absurd, man. You rarely ever get the promo cards of the week. I watch so many streams. I watch people open packs like crazy. I don't know about you guys, man. I haven't seen them pack any of like even the semi big guys. Semi big guys, I haven't seen them pack. Okay, updating the store. We'll go into the store, we'll open a nice little classic pack, because you know that I don't open these on a consistent basis. How funny would it be if I open a classic pack preview and they all of a sudden give me something crazy like Cristiano Ronaldo, you know? But it's gonna be who is this, Gonzalo Guedes as a striker? Gonzalo Guedes, right? So that's the first thing that I gotta mention, man. The pack weight has been so bad, dude. It's been so bad. I even play drafts sometimes and win the drafts, and the rewards that you get from winning the drafts, dude, I complained about it back then not being worth it. Right now, oh my goodness gracious, it's so hard to get just fodder from it, man. Even if you wait for the market to get to a certain point where cards cost more money, you're still not gonna make money playing the drafts. This is something that I've already discussed about before in the past when it comes to foot drafts being a game mode in this game. A game mode that is your only quote-unquote tournament-ready game mode in the game, but guess what? You gotta pay 15k or FIFA points in it for you to play it. So it's basically a mode for you to, again, lose fodder and lose coins in your team, right? So it's like, oh, I need to play draft just to feel like I can actually play a different game mode, which with cards that are not even mine. All right, got to spend some FIFA points or some coins that I'm just not going to make back value-wise if I were to actually play the mode. I've talked about this many times about draft. They never changed it ever since the beginning of it being introduced. Our community doesn't talk about it enough, how absolute trash it is that it exists the way that it is. But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Again, people are brainwashed. Why are people brainwashed in another sense? People are brainwashed because of the SBC content that they've been releasing, man. It's going to be the SBCs, and we're going to talk about the evolution cards afterwards as well, okay? Guys, some of these SBC cards, they know what they're doing. They definitely have a guy there that I would say like understands the gameplay side of things a lot for them to be releasing some of these cards at the price range that they're releasing. You know what it is? It's funny because here's what our community does, right? They'll look at an SBC price, and what do, guys? They go, oh, but if this card was on the market, he would cost this much. Really? Okay, guys. So if I were to get a double upgrade, right? A double upgraded Saka card, and I'm not NEP, right? I'm not NEP. I'm not going for sentimental value. This card's 825k on the market. Do you actually think that in-game value-wise, he's actually 825k? Be honest with me. Even if he gets this double upgrade, do you think he is an 825k card? People always bring up this exact same point when an SBC comes out. If he was on the market, well, guess what? He's not on the market. He's an SBC card that you were putting fodder into to decrease the price to get an untradeable version of a card. And here's the thing, guys. When I do a lot of the SBC content, if there is certain upgrade content that makes it a little bit easier for you to grind out the card to really lower the price of it, and then you're essentially buying the card for 200k of your coins, but you're putting fodder into it to really significantly decrease the price, then that's cool. But guys, can I ask you guys a question? Where are you guys getting the fodder from? I did an Elite Division Rival Rewards pack opening last week, right? The second option, which is basically all untradables. I want you guys to do me a favor, and I want you guys to go and see the players that I got from that pack reward. Don't get me wrong, I at least got Varane. So cool, untradeable Varane. Just switch out the Varane that's currently in my team, made 80k coins. Fantastic, right? But when it comes down to fodder, and this is me choosing those rewards to try to do SBCs, go look at the rest of the rewards that I got from that pack opening. I looked at it, and as a content creator, I didn't care, right? Because I'm like, okay, this is content for the YouTube channel. The video still did okay, over 30k views, solid, right? Didn't even bother doing it this week, even though I could have got the same views, because, you know. But guys, the SBCs that they're releasing, they know what they're doing, man, okay? Alvarez, let's talk about Alvarez. And this is me being the real me, okay? Like, not content creator side of things. This is me being the real me and being completely honest with you guys, okay? A lot of these guys, in-game value-wise, should not cost this amount of money. They should not cost this amount of money because, keyword, because they're not releasing SBC content or any sort of content for you to get fodder, even if you play this game a lot, because there's a limit to how much you can play to collect that said fodder. Like Alvarez, guys, this is not a 400k card in game. Okay? I don't care what anybody says, because on YouTube, listen to what I'm going to say to you guys. You guys know how my reviews are, man. If a card is nice, I'm going to tell you that he's nice, okay? But if a card is like not worth the price, I'm going to tell you he's not worth it. But guess what happens every time I say a card is not worth the price? No, you guys want every single card to be good. No, we don't do that over here, okay? I'm going to tell you if a card is good or bad. Guys, it's not to say that Alvarez is a bad card. It's not a bad card, but it's not a 400k SBC, my dudes. Because one, even if you were to decrease the price of this card by 150k, even if he would be around this on the transfer market, in-game value-wise, he's not that type of player. Okay? And he's not that type of player because you cannot collect fodder to unlock him. So it's not, a situation where I can decrease him by 100. Guys, okay, let's say you collected fodder, right? If you were to collect fodder and you were to bring down the price of this 200k SBC, What if you want to do some other things like Rodrigo, like Stoichkov, even though Stoichkov is out for 59 days, right? 2 months of the year. Guys, these SBCs, they're so expensive for how hard it is to collect fodder in this game. You're literally screaming at your community, please go to our store and open packs. But I still see people on Twitter and the comment section of everything defending it. How can you not get fodder when I do this? Because you are playing this game like you are analyzing the stock market. Go actually analyze the stock market. This would actually benefit your life. But analyzing the stock market in this, like, this is not a video game, dude. Like, it's just not, man. Okay, it's not. Like, we have to be truthful. It's not. It's a game to prey off of your addiction, as I have mentioned so many times, man. Oh, I can't complete this SBC. Looks like I gotta go to the store and open some packs. Let me see if there's a... What are the packs? What are the stores we got here? Let me see. Oh, we got a 125k. We have a 215k. Contains 40 rare gold players with one rated 85 or higher. Also 1 of 2 player for a loan, and 1 of 2 player for a loan rated 88 or higher. Loans are for 10 games, all untradeable. If you're not like literally screaming at people's faces that we make the game for the casual person to open packs in our games, I don't know what will. All these loans that they give is for people to go into friendlies and to face their buddies right, left, and center. Like, yo, bro, you want to play a game of FIFA? Like, yo, I have this like this new loan guy from the pack. Like, guys, I'm not looking for things to complain, because listen, man, as a content creator, I have no problem doing these SBCs. I have no problem doing these SBCs, but I'm looking at it in your point of view, because if I'm playing on this account and I never got fodder on this account right here, how do you get fodder from playing the game in general? Oh no, I gotta do the stock market stuff, guys. Hold on. When's the fodder rising? When's the fodder rising? I have to wait these 3 or 4 days for the fodder to rise for me to do that. Like, oh my goodness gracious, man. Why is there not a way, right, for you to appease, I don't even know if that's a real word, both audiences? Hey, this is a gameplay guy that is grinding out the gameplay, because that's what video games are for, is for you to grind out the gameplay, not be in the menus 24/7. If I wasn't a content creator, guys, if you guys spend more than an hour in the menus, shocked, what are you doing? Like, you're gonna play a game to be the... I don't play a single game where I'm in the menus more than I'm actually playing the game, unless the servers are actually corrupted. Like, I'm playing Call of Duty Warzone or something, and I literally cannot play the game. I'm not just sat there in CSGO opening knives the whole entire time. I'm not just sat there playing Rainbow Six Siege opening their packs the entire time. Because even if I was opening the packs in Rainbow Six Siege, I don't know, for an hour, I'm still gonna play the game right away afterwards. But bro, people play this game and they're just in the menus the whole time. Like, bro, I'm not playing a video game to be in the menus the whole time, okay? Even if you guys say, oh, but this person can do it because they do this in the transfer market, or they do this in the transfer market. Like, you come to me and you're like, you know the Ricky USA guy on Twitter who's really good with the transfer market stuff? You know what? Fair play, guys. Ricky's great at the transfer market. Absolutely. But dude, I'm trying to play the game to play the game. Like, I'm not trying to look at the markets and what's going up and what's going down. Like, that's what EA wants. EA wants you, because you're so brainwashed. Oh, you do the transfer market stuff. You're so brainwashed because they want you to be in the menus the whole time. We are the only community that deems this as acceptable. And why are we in the menus all the time, guys? Because everybody, they play this game and they're out of their minds, right? Because they go into these game modes and they're like, I don't want to play this. I don't want to play this. I don't want to play this. But I want to play this. I know people, and my boy who's gonna watch this, he knows who I'm talking about. I know people that literally play Ultimate Team, spend money on Ultimate Team, but only play squad battles. I think that that's absolutely insane, to play a game and to play against AI only. It's insane. But they exist, right? And this is the people that EA wants the most. They want these guys the most, okay? Guys, the SBC players, they are too expensive regardless of whatever you think they would be on the transfer market, because collecting fodder to put it towards these SBCs is insane, okay? This account you see here, right? Because I already know one person in the comment section is going to say, oh, but he has this many coins. No. You know what my sponsor is. This account has that because of this, okay? And the SBC account, same exact situation. Because if I was sat there in the menus looking at fodder and when to sell them and when to do this, no, dude, I would not do that. No. Because I play the game to play the game. Why do you guys create a system? Well, we all know why. We all know why. But why do you guys create a system where it's like you can only do menu stuff to collect the coins in this game? Oh, I have better chances of collecting fodder doing all of these objectives that are so squad battles based. It's almost disgusting. I could puke. Man. And then what does our community celebrate? Yay! Squad battles went from 6 minutes to 4 minutes. I am so hyped, trending on Twitter and everything. You guys are brainwashed, man. They make the game worse and worse. Game modes, pack weights, collecting fodder, and people, I still see these guys. EA's not gonna let you ride it, my dudes, okay? They're not gonna let you ride it, my dudes. But you still protect them. Oh my goodness. Guys, let's talk about the evolutions. Yo, whoever created the concept of evolutions, you're definitely the L trigger guy for sure. The concept for evolutions, you are the L trigger guy. The L trigger guy, if you guys don't know, is this guy, right? Being able to easily go into things, boom, transfers, I'm in the transfer market. Go over here, boom, evolutions, I'm in evolutions. Didn't work at first because it was completely buggy, but now it does. Okay. Let's talk about the evolution cards now, guys. All right, we gotta talk about the evolution cards because I have to put powder on my hands, and just slap people across the face. I have to, because I need to wake them up, okay? Guys, with the game modes I just mentioned, okay? All the game modes that I just mentioned, we have rivals. Okay, let's just say you guys are in my shoes, or you're in the shoes of someone that's in a minimum Division 3 or up, okay? Minimum. Division 3 or up. Okay. You see the game modes with your own eyes, right? Rivals, squad battles, champs, and online draft, right? That's the modes that we have. You see these game modes, but you guys still freak out about evolution cards that would not cost this amount of money on the transfer market. People who do content creation, they're very tiptoey about this. They're really scared to talk about this stuff because they don't want people to say like, oh, but you're a rat, you collect these cards, blah, blah, blah. Guys, I have explained to you guys so many times in previous years, so many times, that you do not collect meta cards in this game because they are meta. You collect meta cards in this game because they make you play the game like a normal person, okay? Any card that has, you know, they're dribbling in the 80s and they're not a lengthy player to at least push pace out of the card and stuff like that, these guys are a nuisance to play with because you can't move with them. I'm gonna give you guys a brainwashed example, okay? Ronaldo, cool card to use, okay? Not gonna say he's not a cool card to use, but if you slap any other person's name with the same body type, with the same attributes, play styles that this card has, he would never be 1.1 million coins. It's because it is Ronaldo that he costs this much, because I'm telling you guys this right now, that in the higher divisions, because the game is formatted like this, if you collect this card and you give him a hunter chemistry style, he is still annoying to use because of that agility and balance, okay? Annoying, keyword annoying. The reason why I'm saying annoying is because the people that play FIFA, they don't mind these things, right? They don't mind if a player feels a certain way, like if he can't no, you collect meta cards to be able to move, guys. You do not collect them all to have fun, this and that. Guys, if Division Rivals is the only thing that we have, which is the most competitive mode I have played in literally any game I've ever played in my entire life, because of the general experience that people will sacrifice just to be able to get results, okay? Elite Division or whatever, a lot of these cards are not Elite Division standard. So you guys tell me, please, you tell me, you are collecting these cards, you are playing squad battles, you're leveling up to the maximum of its capabilities. Where do you use these cards? If we had game modes like the tournament mode, like I've preached about for ever since FIFA 17 added foot champs, ever since, okay, where you have your 3 rounds, you qualify, and then you have your 4 rounds afterwards where you get rewards from each, then I will not complain about your evolution's price, right? I will not complain about your evolution's price being the way that it is. I will not complain about any of these things because you would have a balance. It's like, okay, Nketiah is not really that meta. If a good player is playing the game, can they make him work? Absolutely, you 100% can. But is it worth it if it isn't for sentimental value? No, because these guys will not be able to move. You do not collect meta for you guys. Do you guys know who you are like talking to? You're talking to the guy that back in the day, 2 or 3 years ago, I used to always go to you guys, sentimental value FC, sentimental value, sentimental value, sentimental value. But there were certain cards where it's like the sentimental value would not be enough to be able to use these guys. It wouldn't be enough. But these cards that these guys are releasing for 50k coins, right? 50k coins or 1,000 FIFA points. These are not cards that are good enough to be played in this game, bro. I have so many cards that I can go off the market right now and get that are better than 99.9% of these players. It doesn't matter if you're looking for sentimental value. We don't have the game modes for you to use your sentimental value cards. But even if you want to use your sentimental value cards, the way that EA has progressed their game as time has gone by is that they have made more and more their meta cards only meta to make you feel like a normal person. Okay, guys, you guys think that for someone like me, right, who sees a card like this, for instance, who sees a card like this, right, Fabio Silva, former FC Porto player, a young player, he barely ever played for our first team, he still got sold for 40 mil, right? But this guy right here gets all the way to an 85. Logically, when you think of this, logically, right, logically, it's like, wow, this is really exciting because I can go and get a Fabio Silva card, former FC Porto player. This is really cool. Yeah, this is really cool. Back in FIFA like 14, man, 15, because these games, do you guys remember my streams in FIFA 15? For those of you that used to watch during that time period, because those were like the last years where I actually streamed consistently. But if you played the whole year with Christian Atsu as your rare gold card, with regular rare gold Bale, regular rare gold Ronaldo, regular rare gold, lots of cards, inform Schürrle, these guys could at least move for the whole year. But these guys now, oh my goodness gracious, bro, I see cards nowadays, bro, if I see 83 agility, 75 for balance, I'm already just like, is it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? Is it really worth it? But here's the thing, guys, okay? It would be for me. I'm not even joking with you guys. It would be if you have the proper modes for it. But I'm not using Fabio Silva in the Elite Division. It's not happening because that's the only mode that I have to play with him. It's the only one. The journey that you guys do, it makes sense for you. If you are playing, you know, I go to Nick's stream, Nick's playing with a Leeds United team, right? He has like 4 or 5 evolutions for that. I go to Zwayback's stream. Zwayback's the same thing. He gets the cards for the way that it was quote unquote intended. But when you watch them play division rivals, it is straight depression. Okay, it's depression. 50k, 1,000 FIFA points, they're stealing from you guys. My goodness gracious, they're stealing from you guys. Oh my goodness gracious. Can I just check something? Let's go to Arsenal. Oh, I feel like sneezing. Let's see. Let's go to Arsenal's team here, Premier League, and let's go to Arsenal. Wait, Premier League clubs. Oh, I would just search it here, Arsenal. Okay, let's just check something here. I'm curious. You know, I'm just curious. Okay, so we're gonna search for just the cards in general here. Okay, So we have William Saliba 28.5k. Okay, so this William Saliba card right here, just as an example. This William Saliba card for 28k is just going to be a better option to work with than most of the evolution cards that you release. Now, the evolution for the center backs, I'm not as passionate about towards EA because they're free, right? They're free, but you still need to put time into them to upgrade the cards. But, you know, with the proper game modes, you know, Ruben Vezo, for instance. Oh, not Ruben Vezo. I wouldn't get him. It's, what's this dude's name that people were telling me about? It was, Nation, I don't know if he's Portuguese, but he plays for Sporting. Liga NOS. I'm pretty sure he plays for Sporting. I could be wrong. Is that how I can't search? Oh, is it Liga Portugal? Yeah. Liga Portugal. Okay. And let's go to... I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm pretty sure I could just search for the club. But anyways, do that. Okay, so Mateus Reyes, really nice, cool. Ishgayu. Where is the dude? It's center back. I'm pretty sure it's a center back. There he is. That's the homie right there. Okay, so this card right here, right? Free card, gives you the Sporting link, has a 4-star weak foot, is a lengthy player in a shadow chemistry style. So the pace and the defense is boosted. Play styles, he has long ball, jockey, block, bruiser, power header, aerial, acrobatic. He actually has a lot of really cool things, right? So here's the thing. The center back one isn't as bad. It's not as bad, but guess what? It's free. Logically, the free one makes more sense to get than the one you gotta actually pay for. You gotta pay for something that you gotta grind that is just like in division rivals, man. It's just gonna be annoying to use these guys, bro. I'm telling you guys. The only people that like doing these evolutions are people that are still... And I don't mean this in an offensive way, but I mean it in a way where it's like you're in division 4 or 5, that general average area, because once you get to division 2, you do not face these cards, guys. When you hit that area, the only card that I faced from evolutions was Ansu Fati. It was just Ansu Fati, but it's like, okay, cool, that's your competitive mode, but where else do you play with these cards? I see people that in my chat, they're like, and I like it. I love seeing this stuff, right? I like it, but I don't see you, right? Where they're like, oh, I'm using like a Chelsea team. I'm using all my evolutions towards Chelsea. I'm using all my evolutions towards Leeds. But guys, I'm telling you, man, if you're playing the game normally and you're hitting division rivals, you will not use these cards at a certain point. I did the Tudor evolutions card as the midfielder, right? And I stopped using him because it just wasn't good to use anymore. Gravenberch, however, was actually a card that held up well, but this was the next point that I was going to make, right? Why is it that the evolution cards that they released in the beginning of the year, they're better than the ones you have now? And in the beginning, some of them were already like a little bit sus, you know? But to be fair, at least they gave us a Jota. Jota was actually pretty sick. 50k card, sure. But if they release a Benzema card or a Banez or any of those like Saudi League guys that are actually pretty sick, it's an easy way to link up a card that is actually going to be pretty decent in the meta of the gameplay. Why? Because as a card that you're leveling up, he's a 5-star skiller with a 4-star weak foot, even with his low shooting, right? So Jota was a cool card to get. Ansu Fati was the obvious one. But cards like Darwin Nunez, Danjuma, these guys, I never saw them again, dude. I never saw them again in Rivals, guys. If you watch my Rivals gameplay from the rewards video, you will not see a single one of those players, my dudes. You will maybe see a Darwin Nunez coming off of the bench, which again is fine, but like, guys, you don't have the modes for these things, man. The concept of evolutions, bro, if you gave me evolutions back in FIFA 15 with divisions, and you get your coins from winning the division, remaining in the division, and relegating from the division, oh my goodness gracious, evolutions would be such an amazing concept. Because I would be able to obviously, or honestly, collect some of these Portuguese guys or some of these guys from FC Porto, and they would actually be pretty decent to move with. They wouldn't be horrible to move with. Because, dude, they even did a card. Guys, there's so many cards. Like, do you think that this doesn't hurt me? Because it does hurt me, okay? It does hurt me. But it's like, you can see the dislikes on these. People are not going to use these cards, right? Because look, this silver card, Loader, look at the upgrade. Sorry. I don't even think you can do it through here. Can you? No, you can't. See? 86 Trailblazer Striker. I don't know if you could get Pacey Winger right now. Can you get Pacey Winger right now? I'm not 100% sure. You might actually be able to, maybe. But look, Pacey Winger to Trailblazer Striker, if this is a concept, right? But look at this FC Porto card. Brother, if you gave me this card back in FIFA 15, I would be cooking with this guy. But you could at least, because of the meta of your gameplay and the way that it plays out, you could at least give him a 4-star weak foot. Because the finishing in your game is mad weird when you don't have, because in his case, right, I would give him a Hunter to boost his pace, to boost his shooting, to be at least at a 95, because in this game it needs to be 95. But dude, have you ever taken strikes with a 3-star weak foot? It's so inconsistent. In a game where sometimes you're playing seriously, like, you will have very few opportunities to actually score your opportunities. The concept of evolutions, man, so good. It really is. Whoever came up with it is like, you came up with it, but then the team to create the game modes, they're like a separate team. They're like the greedy guys, right? They're like, we need to create these game modes for people to have addiction, for them to get better players. Because guys, we have to be honest, man. People are not using these evolution cards in the higher divisions. They're not. But if we had divisions like we did back in the day, or even a gold cup or whatever, these evolutions would be cool to get. I would love to get a loader card. That's my boy right there, bro. FC Porto, come on, right away. Right away, no problem. Fabio Silva, same thing. Dude, they did a card for Eafc, bro. Look at this. Portuguese guy from Canada, by the way, is Eafc. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But look at the evolution for this card. 86, right? You give this card a shadow. It's still kind of not great, but that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, high medium work rates, 5'10". Like, this is a cool card to get. Quote unquote cool card. But guys, using this card in Division Rivals, even though you have upgraded him to an 86, it's just not gonna be sustainable, man. It won't. If I were to grind this card right now and then use him in Division Rivals, it would be such a nuisance to play with him. But it wouldn't be as big of a nuisance if you had a proper format of your game modes. Okay? Guys, I have to talk about the content because there is some sort of content that they do where they are fair value, taking into consideration the fodder that you can get. One of the good SBCs, like, don't get me wrong, there's SBCs that, like, they're pretty nice. Like, Declan Rice is cool, Rodrigo's cool, right? But it's price range, because if we go to someone, where is he? Like Iago Aspas, this has probably been like the most like reasonable SBC that they have released in I don't know how long, dude. People talk about Flashback De Bruyne, right? Guys, Flashback De Bruyne was released a week before the game. Oh no, was it a week before, or two or 3 days before? No, 2 or 3 days after the early release of the game. So if you didn't have the early release of the game, you'd have, like, people ignore these things, bro. Like, Flashback De Bruyne was a cool card. I did the review. I showed you guys how nice he was. He was a nice card, you know, as a card that has low defense on a shadow, but he still, or even on an anchor, but he still actually does defensive stuff for you. So if you play him in a 3 midfield setup, that card's gonna be amazing. But guess what, guys? Who had the fodder during that time period? Before the game even came out? Oh, it's very fair for someone to not have the full access to the game because they can't afford the higher version. So they have to do the market stuff. They have to be on the market 24/7 just to maybe be able to do a Flashback De Bruyne. Because De Bruyne was a good card. I mentioned to you guys he was a good card, but I even said in the video, like, I don't know how many of you guys are going to have fodder right now. But guess what? It's because go open your packs, boys. Go open the packs to collect your fodder, your coins, so you can go buy the fodder for cheap. That's what it is, man. That's what it is, okay? This guy, way too expensive, my goodness gracious. How much is he right now? Like 400k? 400k Rafael Leão for a +1? Ha! Ha! When I did the SPC, he was 400k. Look at him now. Look at him now, 632k. Heung-min Son, amazing card. You guys should have done it when I did the review. If you could, honestly, if you could, because look, bro, 1 million coins. Who's getting the fodder for this, bro? If I were to play 3,000 games of FIFA, I wouldn't be able to get this card, bro. I swear. It's all menu stuff, man. It's just the whole point of doing these discussions is that, like, it's like there's separate teams. It's like one team there, one team there, one team there, one team there, and it's like they're making their own separate games. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all in their own little column. Nobody talks to each other. They just release whatever they release. Guys, like even the Stoichkov card, right? 60 days out for this card. I don't know how people are going to collect fodder to get this guy, but like 2 months out, like, dude, there's so many cards that even if you can like lower the price of this card, there's so many cards in the market you can get that's just cheaper, man. You know, if you're going to actually use coins, if you want to use coins. So many, bro. A lot of these are like just SBC sinkers. Ospos wasn't, because listen, let's think about Ospos for a second. You know, the SBC was like what, 88k, right? Griezmann right now is 110k. The main difference that you get between the two is the switch of skill moves and weak foot, and then Ospos has worse balance, but he compensates enough because his attacking AI is good and he has the finesse shot plus. So it's like, okay, cool, like this is a card that actually makes a lot of sense, you know, being released into this game. We go to the next one here, you know, Simmons. Guys, the Simmons card is like 100 and what is it, like 130k? 130k for this guy? Oh, he's 145k. Like, the only people that are gonna protect this price range for an SBC card are people that end up doing it. They're like, oh, this card's amazing. Guys, why do we always do this? We always do this every single time I do reviews for cards. Even Alvarez, I've seen this already. I scored 5 goals with Alvarez in 2 games. Guys, if I get a 100k card off of the market, I could probably do the same thing. Why do we keep saying this for cards? If I got this card, I got this card and he scored like 10 goals for me in 4 games. Guys, you guys are so brainwashed. If they were to release this card right here, as an SBC, see this guy right here? If they were to release this as an SBC, this guy's 2.2k on the market. If they released him as an SBC and they gave him a +2 and everything, and they made the card 300k, would you guys still say the same thing? I want you to logically think about this without being brainwashed. Just for a second, okay? Would you say the same thing? You probably would. We gotta be honest. Right? For the +2s, 300k? Yeah. +2s? Yeah, of course. This card's still good, by the way, if you guys are going for like the cheaper options, if you're starting off in the game and whatnot. But come on, man. Simmons. Guys, I'm looking at Simmons because, like, dude, you go to Musiala. Musiala is how much? 15.5k. Because I'll tell you this right now, I did the review for Simmons, and when you do the left stick stuff, it feels a certain way. When you use the technical is nice, but guess what? This guy has technical too. And his left stick will feel a certain way, sure, but guess what? He has 5-star skills with a 4-star weak foot. You go to Simmons, and he's 4-star, 3-star as an SBC, man. Are we brainwashed? These guys are disliking for rightful reasons. They're not brainwashed, right? And there's cards. There's cards like this, you know, Declan Rice. Declan Rice was 156k, right? The community, they're not stupid. Like the people, most, I would say, flipping sometimes is wrong with certain cards. Like they were wrong Palinga back in the day. I told you guys that Palinga card was crazy as a CDM, right? Sometimes they're wrong. But a lot of the times, like, they got it down, right? Look at Declan Rice, 3,400 likes, 565 dislikes. That's fair. You know, 156k for a pretty solid CDM gives you some pretty solid links. He's a most key thing here, mostly lengthy. Sure, he doesn't have like all the play styles, but he has good play styles. He's got press proven, block, intercept, bruiser. You know, as a card, because as an SBC, I'm not looking at, oh, if Declan Rice was 156k as an as a transfer market card. I'm not looking at it that way. People look at this way, and it's so stupid. No, you're looking at it in a way where you are going to decrease the price of Declan Rice, and then you are essentially gonna buy the card with your coins because fodder is so hard to get, right? You're gonna buy the card with your coins, and then you're gonna slot them into your team. That's fine. Declan Rice, nice SBC. Price range was actually pretty decent, right? This card, who is a very 50-50 player for people, in my opinion, I like him a lot, but the price range really up there for sure. I'm not going to say it isn't, right, because of how hard it is to get fodder. But Rodrigo, like, I try to tell people on a consistent basis that you have to use him a certain way or you will not enjoy using this card. Every time I do like reviews, because of the position changes especially that he has, because of the links that he offers in a team, I like him the most, like cam position, you know, cam position, right attacking mid in a 4-2-3-1. If I start playing like 4-4-2 with him and I'm playing him at striker or right mid, that's where people were using the card and they were like, oh, I don't like the card too much. Guys, most of the 4-4-2s, they're very linear, boring, garbage formations that are super meta, right? If you play like the 4-4-1-1, however, where you're forcing movements on a consistent basis, like this card will cook for you. You know what I'm saying? It'll cook for you. You guys, I'm sure you guys have played him in the top division. I even mentioned in the review that the card was nice, right? But like the price range is like, I'm looking at it from a point of view of like, hey, I want to do Rodrigo. I'm going to collect the fodder to collect the card, even if I play the game for 6 hours a day, right? I'm not talking about the transfer market people, even though that's what EA wants you to do because they say it in their interviews. I don't do the transfer market stuff. Okay, I'm going to get this card. But then if I want to get another SBC, like, oh my goodness, I got to do the same thing again. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I don't know. You know why I think this way? I think it's because when people play video games, they only play FIFA. Because you guys are not used to playing other games and how it's formatted in other games. Because in other games, I never like come across this wall as a person that like, okay, like if I play Call of Duty for like 2 hours, 3 hours a day, I'm chilling, man, on 2 hours, 3 hours a day. These guys complain. These guys who complain in Call of Duty, bro, they have no idea what it's actually like, my dude. They don't know, bro. They don't know. The paywalls to get stuff earlier, but it's not impossible for them to get stuff in that game, man. It's just, you know, but they don't know. They don't know the half of it, dude. Anyways, I wanted to talk about this because there's good ideas in this game. There are some good SBCs and some SBCs that are absolutely ridiculous. And people are like, this card's amazing because they want every card to be amazing, right? But like evolutions, man. Like I'm happy for someone like Nep to collect, you know, an Arsenal player, a usable Nketiah card, right? Nketiah's card, because I like watching his video. I actually like watching him using the Arsenal players. I would never do it on my own life, no chance, right? But you know, you give this card a 100 chemistry style, like this card's gonna be usable. He's gonna be annoying sometimes, absolutely. He's gonna be annoying 100%. Like even if you give him an engine chemistry style, right? You gotta work with some things here and there, but you know, like cool, right? But I promise you guys, man, if I see Nketiah one time in the elite division, bro, I would be more than shocked. I would honestly be more than shocked. I really would. I would be more than shocked because from those games that I played, I didn't even see people using the first two evolutions. The first two, and those have been the best ones so far. The first two, guys. The first two I don't even see anymore. Okay? Anyways, just wanted to talk about it. This one, I mean, there's probably gonna be like a bunch. This one's gonna have a lot of opinions. I just think people are brainwashed, honestly. I play other video games. I know what those video games are like. Like I love watching streams of these different video games. I love like the amount of hours people put from actually playing the game. Guys, is it weird to say that I would rather play 24 hours of a game than 7 hours of a game, but actually play the game over the 7 hours where I'm not playing the game? Is that crazy to say for you guys? Maybe for you guys it is, because people in our community are used to being in the menus all the time because they're scared to play the game because the game will suck, all that kind of stuff, right? But in the regular video game world, that time that is passing by, you don't even notice it because you're having so much fun. Like, dude, I was watching these streamers today playing Ark, for instance, and I was enjoying it. I was like, wow, this is actually like really nice to watch. This is really nice to watch because these guys are playing a game to actually grind out stuff. Sure, some of the stuff in that game takes like thousands of hours to get like to a certain point and whatever, right? 100%, I'm not saying that it doesn't, but that's what the game is. The game is formatted for that. It's not like yearly release like it is with the game that we have. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you guys wonder why I haven't done some of the player reviews, man. It's like, dude, like in order for me to do that, it has to be on the SBC account that maintains a lower division because we don't have a tournament mode, and I just don't. I have no like thing to play the elite division, especially for content, because sure, I can get it for like the rivals reward for the one video, but like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like for me, in order for me to create that sort of content, I would have to stream, and in order for me to stream, dude, I think I would be sweating buckets in this game, especially. Definitely the sweatiest game you'll ever play in your entire life, and that's where EA wants you to be. They want you to be in that area. They want you to be in the menus all the time. They want you to feel like you got to use a transfer market all the time. You know, all that kind of stuff. You gotta be the transfer market guy and the gameplay guy. You gotta be like my boy Ricky. You know what I'm saying? I think Ricky. I hope I'm saying your name right. You gotta be like him, bro. Anyways, Dude, guys, can I? I'm just gonna leave it off on somewhere because I want to see if he's still on because it's 3 o'clock. Usually he gets off at this time. Let's see. He's off. You know who I'm talking about, Nick, right? Guys, I watch Nick streams, right? So because he streams, he's developed an audience there. That's like, in my opinion, the main reason why he streams, because what he does in the beginning is he'll watch videos. I don't know if he does like the react stuff as much anymore, but he does that a lot. And then sometimes he'll play a little bit of FIFA. Like, you know what he plays? He'll play. And Boris is the same. Boris is in the same situation. Like, look at how this game is from a regular perspective if you stream it, right? I went to Boris's channel. Because guys, when people stream games, they don't just stream for 3 hours. They stream for longer because it's their job. Guys, when content comes out at 1 o'clock, technically speaking, a lot of people will just do their one video and then get off for the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they do with the rest of the day, because me, I like, at least I go do my stuff, right? But I don't know what the rest of the people do. But let's go to like Boris's channel just for a second. And I'm not roasting anybody because I love these guys, right? But let's just go to Boris for a second here. And let's just take a look at his past broadcasts, right? Past broadcasts. And look at how much time he puts into the game. 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, 44 minutes, an hour 40. Maybe that was like a... Okay, so this one he lasted a little bit longer. Maybe this was during Foot Champs though, right? So Foot Champs, it gives you more opportunity to play the game. But I'm more looking at these ones, the 3 hour ones. You know why he streams for 3 hours? Because once you get to his point, and once you get your rivals wins, especially since he does Road to Glory content, what is he going to do afterwards? Go play draft and lose his coins that he just gained from playing Foot Champs, from playing Division Rivals? Is that what he's going to do? Because even if he wins, he has more of a chance of losing coins than gaining it. And if he loses it, which, draft can sometimes be sweaty, what are you going to do after that? This is how the game is formatted now. He's smart. He's smart to do Road to Glory content because he could play for those 3 hours. He has his content for that day. Maybe he plays like... Even if he has his 7 wins or 8 wins in the Elite Division, maybe he just still has to play those like 7-8 wins, or 7, or maybe he'll play like 3-4 games in the Elite. Maybe he'll do draft. I don't even know what he does. Let me. Boris. Oh, it's subscribed, so I can't even check it. So, but yeah, 3 hours, guys. People don't stream for 3 hours, man. Okay, you see all these streamers that I watch here. You see all of them. Okay, let me go. Let me just do this. Close my eyes and stop. Okay, TP plays Warzone, right? TP is mainly a streamer. Let's go ahead and check out how much the homie streams. Past broadcasts. Look at that. You see that? Because even if this game has their skill-based matchmaking, that like some of these guys, I'm not saying if TP specifically does this, right? Because he's amazing at the game. But these guys who play the game this much, they can actually stream for this long. Guys, for you to go to a content creator and you're like, oh, how can you only stream for like, or oh, maybe they have a life, they can't stream for longer, blah, blah, blah. Guys, a regular job, like this is where you sometimes lack perspective, okay? A regular job, you are working 10-hour, maybe average a day, okay? A 7 to 5, whatever it is, whatever type of job you have. I've worked a job before. I've worked like a longer time period, right? I've worked shifts that were like 8 hours, 9 hours, right? So I know that sort of life exists, right? What we do in FIFA is that we pray 1-2 hours and then call it a day. For me, because I've developed like the player review content, I can at least do player review content, right? So even if it's transfer market cards, like even if they get 10k views, 11k views, and they grow over time, it would still be worth doing. It's great that I've developed the channel to be like that, because it's important to be able to create that sort of content, right? But you guys see, even if that's the case with me, I still haven't done a review for Di Maria. I still haven't done a review for Modric, for João Pedro. These are cards that people ask for all the time. And guess what, guys? I would have done the reviews, but man, like the game, just the way it's formatted, like I don't want to play with these cards in the Elite Division. Where else am I going to use them? If I go play classic matches, you'll yell at me. People on Twitch are like, we love suffering. We need to see Nick play Division Rivals. Even if he already has his wins, we need to see suffering. Go suffer. Brainwashed. I'm telling you, man. This is for our game. Brainwashed. This is crazy, bro. This is absolutely insane. They release content, and I'm like shocked. I'm like, there's like 4 or 5 different teams, and it's like they're all making their own separate game. That's what it feels like, honestly. Anyways, rant's done. Might do a Trailblazer tier list video today because I was gonna do reviews for more cards, but dude, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like the last 3 days, I try not to do like gameplay stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I have moments where I'm like, I need to like replenish. You know what? You know what's my favorite time to do gameplay stuff? Can I be completely honest with you guys? It's when I have Foot Champs matchmaking. You see the Foot Champs matchmaking? When I have this, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm down to do gameplay content. When I don't have the qualifying, I don't even want to touch it, bro. I wish there was a way for me to at least replay the qualifying, but if I beat people who have not qualified yet, it just wouldn't count as a result for them. But then maybe if I get like 6 out of 10 wins, I get like 2k coins. No, it can't. The reward can't be too crazy, because if it was too crazy, people would sweat more to get those rewards. And even if it's 2k coins, they would still sweat. But like, just to have a mode to face competent people and to try out different things, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. I talk, but it falls on deaf ears. I just talk for the sake of talking, because I know that what I talk about means absolutely nothing. It goes towards nothing. Like, I'm not stupid, okay? But I talk about it anyways, because this is the type of person I am. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.